Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. Track 4, Wu-Tang, 7th Chamber, produced by RZA. Folks, 6+. This is just how I feel. This is just how I feel, man.
We go from perfect verses about feces, human feces, to back to the 6s. He's ducking. We know about him.
I'm not ducking. I'm not ducking. You were ducking once upon a time, if you know what I mean. It's a good record, by the way.
Oh yeah, ducking.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
7th Chamber, Part 1. 7 minus. Ding me, baby.
That's not so far off from a 6+, man. All right.
I agree, but there's a reason.
I would hope so. There's always a reason on this show.
I know. All right. Yeah. So we got more kung fu fighting. Okay, we get right into the classic Ayo Meth with my killer tape.
Beaten. Oh, you know, this is great. This is how you do skits.
He's talking about, I'll buy you 4 more killer tape. How about this, Mel? Is he fucking dead? What the fuck you mean, is he fucking dead, God? Classic banter up top. But fair play. It goes on for 1.5 minutes, just like RZA.
I enjoy all of it.
On the last song. I like it. It doesn't kill the song for me in any way, but I wish this was tacked on to the end of the last song.
Okay.
So on to the song itself.
Well, hold on. I just want to say, Ghostface got me weak. Like, I ran it back the first time I heard it. Because him saying God every 5 seconds, this man uttered the sentence, it's the God. Fuck that, man. It's like, it's the God. He wouldn't way in there with his fucking, all types of fucking blood coming out of his, like all types of blood.
All types of blood. Yo, there's some people who can do skits and they're not groan-inducing experiences. Not many, honestly.
Not many.
Redman's good at them. De La Soul's good at them. Wu-Tang's good at them. Masta Ace is good at them. If you consider like those MF Doom interludes and stuff. But like, I hear a lot of skits. They're not very good. Not very good.
This is how a skit should be done. It's perfect nonsense, as Oscar would say, you know? They got that little cream teaser going on underneath. Come on, it's good. And I'll say I learned something when Ghostface said, word is bond. I'm coming to get my culture cipher guide, and they just, and I'm like, his culture cipher. So I looked it up, and so apparently culture cipher represents the number 40 in supreme mathematics, and I guess some listeners thought he meant like he was getting his Glock 40, but. No, he was, I guess, referring to like a 40 ounce, like a beer. He was like at the liquor store, or the bodega or whatever, and that's when he saw
40s and blunts.
Yeah, 40s and blunts, So I love how they're like interweaving this slang and stuff. It's good. And, it's just, I'm loving it. All right. So he's talking his culture cipher and supreme mathematics, like, let me tell you, Mel summoned his Kufi like, Thor summons that Mjolnir. All right. This is that Kufi talk, and I'm loving it. And I must tell you, Moulz, they got nothing to do with nothing, but I was in the closet earlier today. And did you know there's a Kufi in the closet? I don't know whose it is. There's a literal Kufi. I've never held a Kufi in my home. There's a Kufi in my bedroom closet. Like at the very top, like I was looking for, and I'm like, "Yo, is this a Kufi?" Like I pointed out, and it was crazy. But anyway,
it was. You know what? It's a sign. You found it today, the day that you started the Wu-Tang season.
My God!
Oh, you a Muslim now?
Yeah, great stuff. It's great stuff.
I've sent you one more thing, but actually. It's for a little bit into the song review.
Okay. Well, we can get into the actual song.
So the song comes in, 7th Chamber.
And I'll tell you quickly about the 7th Chamber that Brian Coleman, again, Inspector Deck, told him the meaning behind the title. He said there were 36 chambers that we were going to show people, and that was only the 7th. I did the ninth chamber on my album, and GZA had the fourth chamber on Liquid Swords.
This is
and
true.
I said, this is delightful. I
the
love
fourth
it. These
chamber
chambers
is great. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to it, but it's
I
awesome.
just love the orderless presentation of the chambers. Like, to just skip it all around. Like,
Listen,
the seventh
you gotta
chamber.
connect the dots. You gotta start, you gotta tap in.
It's great. I love it. It's lore. I love it. Like, why is the seventh chamber the first chamber we hear? And why is it track 4? And then, like, why does GZA get, like, the fourth chamber? And why is the ninth chamber on Inspector? It's just, I love it. I love it, okay?
There is a method to all the madness, I'm sure.
Oh, listen, I would love to maybe we start another day on, the tangling the clan or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the actual song starts. The beat comes in. I said it's okay. It's a peeking around the corner at the adult dominoes game type beat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Okay. On this one, just for me, Method Man and RZA are my favorite highlights from the actual song. Everyone's good, but Method Man and RZA stand out to me. Okay. And I just sent you this Sean Price joint, that insane redacted from a Psycho Award line by Method Man, which he delivers with like a lot of gusto. This is from Sean Price, Master P, his mixtape. Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Absolutely.
Let's give him some Psycho Award.
All right.
Tribute to the Method Man.
Master P.
Yeah, of course. What song? What you listen to?
Okay. Master P, nigga. Yeah. Big. Yo, ahead of my time, y'all niggas shoulda left with my 9. Bust a shot, hit the cop, and that's a federal crime. But before I go to jail and do the federal time, eat my wife pussy, incredible edible dime. Petro said, fuck it, you can do it again. Let the sket blow, fucking now I'm losing the frame. Sean Price is the best around. Niggas Ray Charles with it, doing the damn mess around. I will back out the iron and press this clown. I will smack fire for lying and wet this clown. No joke, rock him all law. Fucking drive by me and I'ma pop at your car. Listen, push that crack, push that rap, good. When I push that lack, you look at that hood. Wanna know who the fuck I'm signed to? What difference do it make, bitch? Listen to the tape dick.
Bitch, I give a fuck what you're thinking. Fuck your thoughts. I'm God, and bitch you not.
Yeah,
and bitch you not.
Listen, I'll be that insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Be that insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Insane nigga, insane nigga. Be that insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Be that insane nigga from the Psycho Ward. Insane nigga, insane nigga.
I also caught a Reverend X soundbite.
Oh my God, that's what that is?
Yeah, that like, I'm God.
The YouTube guy?
Yeah, the YouTube guy. You figured me out. You caught me red-handed. Was it Mel at the end of the season when he like
RZA can be a mixed bag for me, but I mostly like him on this album. He doesn't go too far off the beaten path, let's say.
Okay.
I like his energy on this one a whole lot. I'm a fan of the beat. It's a cool song to me, you know? I don't love anyone else on here, though. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, Method Man and RZA are highlights for me. Everybody else is good, but I'm not, like, in love with specific moments.
Well, I relate because...
That's where the minus comes from for me, because it's cool, it fits, no one's whack, but, you know, there's certain show-stealing performances on this one where, you know, we're going to eventually do this one, the Clips and the Re-Up Gang, We Got It For Cheap, Volume 2. And they've talked about the making of that mixtape and how they would hear a verse and they'd be like, I can't let this dude kill me on this one. So they'd go and write an entirely new verse. A lot of rewrites going on around that time. And then we just, you know, heard from GZA and Brian Coleman, and he was talking about, like, everyone wanted him to close out the tracks. but this one he wanted to, on Clan in the Front, he wanted to open it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no one followed him.
Right.
There's just, on certain songs, not all the songs, sometimes it's like everyone's equally pulling their weight. On certain songs, some people kind of run away with it for me.
I mean, that's true. That happens
And
across...
can I say something about the Wu-Tang Clan in general?
Sure.
They always collaborate with each other. So almost like every album is a Wu-Tang album in the sense that, yes, the solo albums, you'll get a focus on that artist, but the Wu members are always involved in some aspect. So
that's
that
real
point,
family.
Yeah,
or
but to that
family,
point,
as Vin Diesel would say.
It's like, I don't always reach for the Wu-Tang albums. I go to the solo albums. Like, that's been my main journey. You know, the group albums are cool. This one especially. But it's the fact that this vibe is carried over onto other albums. And I think, you know, I saw Cam is Like on Twitter earlier. I think he's starting to dig into the catalog here. And he was saying about Enter the Wu-Tang and Tikal, the leap that's made following those albums in production with RZA, you know, specifically. But I'm just thinking in general, like, these quote-unquote chambers, right? Mm-hmm. The Wu-Tang albums are like, all right, group meeting. Like, what's going on? Everyone good? Like, all right, let's go back out and keep dominating. But still, in spirit, musically, they're still somewhat aligned with one another, even though they're doing their own thing.
Okay.
So, like, I'm used to sometimes just hearing verses that aren't my favorite verses on the song because it's always a family affair.
All right.
And it's what I like about Wu-Tang, though, is that I never know who's going to, on songs like this, I never know who's going to steal the show. It's not an automatic guarantee that it's going to be anybody. Like, I'm talking about RZA as one of the highlights on here. RZA, if we're just breaking down MCing, he's towards the bottom of the list.
And I was going to ask you about that through this review, because, like, in my, you know, cursory, I think that's the word I want to use, knowledge of Wu-Tang, one thing I understood is that, like, I guess RZA was thought of as one of the lesser MCs. Well, it's like, just stick to making the beats.
He's an acquired taste, I'll say that. And he has classic moments.
Okay.
But I've heard all of his albums.
All right.
You know, and too much RZA sometimes, like, vocally can be grating. And like I said, sometimes he can go a little bit too far off the beaten path. And, you know, you'll hear some classic RZA moments throughout this season. That much I can guarantee you. But
there's some on this album.
Yes. I mean, there's personally on this song for me, this classic moments from him. But I don't regard him in the same stature as, like, Ghostface, Method Man, Raekwon, GZA, even ODB. ODB is, to me, a much better rapper than RZA. Inspector Deck, you know, like, RZA might be, like, second from the bottom for me. As a rapper, keep in mind, he's the creative visionary that brought these people together, crafted the sound, and really, you know, like, was the sort of the leader, de facto leader of this crew.
Well, I mean, what were you saying in part one? I mean, it originally started, what was it, him, GZA,
and ODB.
All Dirty. Yeah. So, because they were cousins or something. So it's like, you know, I will get to talk about RZA because, like, going in knowing it's like, okay, RZA isn't, like, one of the focal points when it comes to them rapping. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, I don't know what everybody's talking about based on what I heard, but
you know what I'll say about RZA? I'll say two things about him. Number one, I'd say the weirder and, like, more esoteric of a person you are, the more you'll appreciate his raps.
I got the sense that it's like, all right, I might just be a RZA man because I'm a certain type of man.
Right.
You know?
So, like, you have to have that certain malleability to begin with. and he's like an acquired taste. Like, he has these moments that, like, I would compare him to a B movie as a rapper. Like, we love Killer Clowns from Outer Space and the stuff, but we're not going to say that they're Citizen Kane level filmmaking.
Well, yeah, filmmaking wise, no, but that doesn't affect its enjoyability, right?
Enjoyment and entertainment, you know, and it's on a whole nother level because, again, this musical landscape, especially the lion's share of what we're going to be covering, is almost solely produced by him.
Right.
You know, so. I think RZA, like, we downplay almost the fact that he's not one of the better rappers in the clan because he's the creative visionary that brings it all together. Without his production, I don't think Wu-Tang is Wu-Tang.
I would say it'd be like because here's the thing, the analogy I'm about to make, like, I think Tyler, the Creator, when they were more of an active, you know, stable, was one of the better rappers in Odd Future. It'd be like, I guess, if Tyler was one of the lesser rappers in Odd Future.
It would be like if he was Haji Beats.
Right. You'd still have to be like, well, he is the creative vision, but you know, behind the whole thing. So,
right.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, he gets a lot of points.
Yeah, I would say I came in expecting that, like a Haji Beats. And instead, I'm kind of like, I got more of a Tylo, where it's like, oh, right. I like this guy.
I'll say one thing, too, about RZA. He's entirely unique. His style, like, there's none before him and none after him, in my opinion.
Okay.
And it might just be his voice, the way he raps, the lyrics that he, like, employs, like, strange references. He's, like I said, he's, people have mixed feelings about him. At points,
I tell you, so far, Mel and RZA connect.
I do too, but you got to realize the RZA connect, the beats, I'll never say fuck RZA because these beats are some of the most unique and striking beats in hip-hop history.
Okay. Kids, don't be swayed by that, like, video that went viral however many years ago where he was, like, making that beat. And it was like, I don't know.
Oh, here comes the ice cream truck just in time for the Wu-Tang season, but we're not doing Cuban Links yet.
Oh, man, the truck?
Yep. It's a little early today. It's like 17 minutes early.
Yeah, I was about to say, okay, well, here you go.
Here it comes.
Ice cream. How fucking original.
This show is a delight because, you know, if you would have told me at the start of last season that would be a drop and, like, why? I'm like, how did this somehow get incorporated into the show?
Well, that and you didn't keep your promise.
Did
you rewatch, Mel?
Promise. Which one? The ice cream episode?
No, the freaking apartment, the old lady.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did rewatch the old lady
when she goes in for the first time and she's sitting in the chair.
Oh, man,
that shit's scary to this day.
Because I think in the credits, like, one of the stills as they're playing the.
Yep.
One of the stills is like her in the chair.
That's why it's like burned into my brain.
Yeah, bro. I got the extended version of this for whenever
Can
we
I
do.
Talk to you real quick about an episode, by the way, that, like, I think it's season 5.
Okay.
It's something like there's like a caravan and it's outside and it's like sort of like a gypsy woman and a mirror.
Yes, with the face, right? She has bro, that one has been burned in my head since youth because
that one's fucked up.
I remember watching it and just thinking, you know, in my kid brain, like, knowing I was wrong, but just, like, going with it. It was like, what is that on her? Like, is that like chili or something? Like, it seemed like food. But, like, now I know it's like she had, like, blemish. Like, that was the whole crux of the episode. Like, she wanted to be, like, pretty or something. And it was
like that Tales from the Crypt episode with Leah Thompson where, you know, she's like a prostitute and she goes into the pawn shop and she, like, the guy wants to cast her face.
Yeah.
It's in season 1 or season 1, I think. Mm-hmm. Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, listen, folks. If you new to this show, you Moulz and Mel. Moulz we're both horror fans. Moulz is the horror encyclopedia, I would say, and we both enjoy that Tales from the Crypt and that Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know, those are two
horror
shows.
Anthology shows, or like I love The Twilight Zone, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Tales from the Crypt, obviously. Tales from the Dark Side. Hammer, House of Horror. Fucking love American Horror Story, aside from that apocalypse garbage that they did.
Folks, I mean, just come on.
You gotta love it!
Thing is, I would say if there weren't already podcasts out there that were doing the job, and I assume for like Tales from the Crypt,
some pretty good horror podcasts.
What is it, like Cryptcast? Isn't that like a podcast?
The good Tales from the Crypt podcast I listen to, that's still ongoing. They're in season 5 of Tales from the Crypt, so they have 2 more seasons to go. It's Good Evening Kitties is the name of the podcast. The Good Evening Kitties podcast.
Well,
so
check
if you
them
love
out.
HBO's Tales from the Crypt, check out that show.
Check that out.
There's good horror podcasts out there. There's The Twilight Zone podcast hosted by Tom Elliott, another really good one that's still ongoing, even though it's only ongoing because he posts like 1 episode a month. But hey, we can't all be rap.
Can't all be Rab Rankins, And I think that, we didn't do that. As much as we have a passion for those things, there was less to contribute to that space. They had it handled. They had it covered. Whereas it's there felt like a gap in rap where people weren't talking. I'll talk about it later because I got something for the fan. I got a brand new thing for the fan coming up later on in the review. But
all right, well,
I'll tell them this.
Can it be all so simple?
Well, almost. I just want to say, while it's still loaded in, I was thinking about it. What Snoop Dogg told Suge Knight after he left Death Row?
You broke your promise. You're just like my nephew.
Yeah. What else? Yeah. Oh, right.
Such a horrible thing to put on a young girl.
It's right. That episode in particular, because it's man, this is, geez, she's just a little girl.
Right. She's a kid. Technically, those promises aren't going to mean shit till she turns 18.
I don't want to spoil the ending. Okay, let's save it for State of the Rankings. But that episode would be an interesting discussion because the ending, and I just rewatched it, I was kind of this isn't as happy of an ending as it's presented.
I'll tell you what I want to do for the this is what I want to do for the Moulz and Mel Halloween Spectacular this year.
Okay.
We always do one. We somehow stopped doing the end of the year show after 1 year, but we're going to do our 3rd annual.
Yeah, because it was literally 12 hours or something?
Yeah, this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to record audio commentary on a Are You Afraid of the Dark episode of Mel's choosing and a Tales from the Crypt episode of my choosing.
My God.
And we are going to record audio commentary for it and then put the audio into the video and then upload the videos on Patreon for you. That's the 3rd annual special.
Oh, listen. What did that idiot Kanye say? He was one of my greatest, I said it before, it's one of my greatest regrets is that I can't see myself perform. I wish I could have been a fan of rap.
Or,
so I would have.
We can even switch it if you want to pick a Tales, because I think I want to do the 13th floor.
Is that the one with the it's the little girl who's she, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say at the end something with her face.
Kind of, yeah. It's very Lynchian, I guess you could say.
It is. This is one of my favorite episodes.
For Are You Afraid of the Dark? So if you want to pick an Tales from the Crypt episode, I can
let's do it like that.
I can rip it from one of the DVDs. We can record audio over it. You can put it in post. And
listen.
You guys will get a little double feature.
That's going to be one of the greatest Halloween specials yet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, just to make sure I'm thinking about the same thing. Hold on. Is it, I'm going to put something in the Zencaster chat real quick. Don't worry, we're getting back to the clan in a second.
The creepy looking, lurch looking dude?
Well, yeah, I know about him with the long like Fabio hair, but
Yes.
no, this is the
Yes.
episode, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
That's a
traumatizing.
classic episode. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely traumatizing.
Absolutely traumatizing. It's among the half dozen episodes of that show that I deem utterly traumatizing to show
Bro,
a
that
child.
one, the apartment one, for me, the dangerous soup one is traumatizing.
That one's fun
You know.
for me, but I don't know why. I've always enjoyed it.
Oh, it freaks me out so much. It freaks me out. Anyway, Wu-Tang Clan. Right. Listen, I'm excited for this Halloween spectacular. We got the best spectaculars every
Well, you got a
Halloween,
whole plate of, I think, 92 episodes of Tales from the Crypt to choose from.
right. Well, I know some of my favorites. We'll see. But I'll say this, speaking of some of my favorites, and to bring it back to Wu-Tang and like RZA and like the members, in this song specifically, I gotta say, Raekwon so far on this album hasn't been very impressive to me. He still hasn't had a breakout moment. Now, it's coming. Spoiler, it's coming.
I'm going to agree with you if we're just judging based on these first 4 tracks. Now, here's the thing.
We are.
I've heard Raekwon's whole catalog at this point.
Okay.
We're going up. All right, we're going up.
All right.
That Cubo links, we're going up.
Well, I'll say so far on here.
I
on this
guarantee it, as Denzel says.
Wow. Denzel says that. Rasheed Wallace says that. Charles Barkley says it. Guarantee is the trademark phrase of a lot of people. But yeah, the boy so far for me is just he's laughing on my man Jizz. They said, Mel, you idiotic, you only like him because his name sounds like Jizz. And I said, no, I like him because his name sounds like Jizz, and he's been the best rapper in the clan so far.
We know why Mel likes Jizza. Because Jizz is the genius, and Mel is AP History Mel.
Actually, did I take AP History? I took AP English Language rather, and then I took AP English Literature. I took AP Psychology. I think those were the only 3 AP classes I took. I would have took more, but I was an academic.
AP Psychology, and he's look at him.
Oh man, listen, I'm doing what I can out here. In terms of this life, I'm milking this hoe. This is my show, Mel Cal. You know, to Cal Mel Cal. I tried. Inspector Deck. I've enjoyed him so far, but I actually wrote, all right, calm your hippity hop down. There was something about this verse that was just very like, you know, I don't know. I leave the mic in body bags. My rap style has the force to leave you lost like the tribe of Shabazz. Dare to compare, get pierced just like your ear. The shooby-doo-wop pop strictly hardware. I'm like, okay.
You don't like the shooby-doo-wop?
I like the shooby-doo-wop. I like the shooby-doo-wop.
Wacky Mel couldn't log in for that
no,
one.
I did. I like this.
Do you like human feces?
I do like the Shooby Doo Wop. Ghostface is cool, and the thing that I took out of this is I'm like, I definitely hear the Action Bronson. Like, I see how Action Bronson took his whole style from him. Like, yeah, he's a biter. Like the vocal tone and
this is what, like, you'll hear him on here and on a few other songs, like even this next one coming up, where that sounds more like Ghost than the intro. Like, I would not even be surprised to find out that like some of these songs were recorded maybe a year later. You know, like, because they're the Ghost that I know. This is like, yeah, he sounds like him on here. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I see why he pressed Action with
Bronson.
Bronson, when he came out, I'm like, oh my god, I can't listen to this guy because he sounds so much like Ghostface. It wasn't until the Mr. Wonderful album where I finally don't think he sounds like him anymore.
Okay.
Like, he stopped sounding like him in 2015, but the 2008 to 2014 stuff, I couldn't shake it, so I couldn't listen to him.
Look, I remember when they had like the little tiff, and like Ghostface got on camera. I got the screenshot of him like bending down, like me mugging in the camera.
That was a classic moment.
It was classic. It was great.
But I honestly think that situation was so needed. It humbled Bronson, and I think he stopped sounding like Ghostface. It was a miracle. Like Ghostface, he exorcised it from Bronson's like voice or vocal tone or something.
Wow. Yeah. I think after that he did. And listen, he kept his career. He's fine. Ghostface is fine. Like it was a teaching moment.
Look, I like Ghostface. I'm sorry, I like Action Bronson. I love Ghostface. I got to ride with Ghost on any occasion. But I've grown to like Action Bronson. I have.
Listen, Action Bronson, I like Action Bronson. I'm learning about Ghostface in real time. But when that situation popped off, I remember thinking, like, I went to, like, compare them, and I'm like, yeah, this is Ghost. He took Ghostface's whole thing. And plus, you know.
And you ain't black.
So I had to ride with Ghostface anyway. I mean, I wasn't riding really anything. I'd stay out of it because it wasn't even my business. But, like, in my brain, in the Mel catalog, I wrote it down as, like, okay, Ghostface checked Action Bronson. Justly,
dude. It took me 3-4 years to like your old Droog, who I like a lot now. But
yeah, I remember that. That was
when he came out. He sounded so much like Nas, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't listen to him. It was only until like, God, like, I feel like for me, like 2017, when I'm like, oh, he's actually good, and he doesn't sound like Nas to me anymore. Right. You know, and that just comes with time and finding your own style, I think, finding your own voice.
Look, one of the sweetest moments as a rapper, as an artist, is to find your own voice, you know? So, like, he was just helping Action Bronson get there, that's all. I'll blaze through the rest of this. RZA, I gotta say, he says, you getting stripped from your garments, boy, run your jewels, ho, the meth got me open like fallopian tubes. You know I had to hit. And I said I thought he was a bad rapper, and we talked about this like, you know, however many minutes ago, because like I'm enjoying this verse. You know, quick to stick my Wu-Tang sword right through your navel, suspenseful force being brought through my utensil, the pencil I bring strong winds up against you. I'm like, he's flowing. I like RZA. RZA's good.
Come on,
like,
the ruler zigzag zigala. You gotta love it.
It's good stuff, you know. And I'll say this. You know, we just got off of this in the end of season 5. Pac said, all right, new drink. Well, I got all right, new drop. Old Dirty Bastard is giving me one of the drops that I may unfortunately have to play throughout this whole season. This is what I'm gonna play when they think because I'm Whippersnapper Mel is sweet out here and they can talk to me any kind of way.
Niggas be getting on my fucking nerves.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna hit them with because I'm tired of it. Yeah, you know, yeah. This is a song where, you know,
we know about you.
Well, my final note was like, I mean, Jizza's good. You know, I understood the slit a nigga back like a Dutch master. I don't smoke, but I understood that reference. I know you bust it open, you take the guts out, and you.
This man said you bust it open. You bust it open, but.
Yeah, and talk about it's provocative. It gets people going when you bow. Now it's all over. Yeah, pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, and green. I'm like, that just sounds dope. I don't know what's going on, but it's great.
I just see a young Dro in Atlanta, and he's just like something unlocks in his mind.
Oh man! And then he starts coming up with a colorful vehicle interior design. Box.
Young Dro doesn't know anything about Wu-Tang. I said word, so you didn't hear the Young Dro review when I played that song that sampled Method Man that Young Dro rapped his ass off on. That one.
There you go.
He doesn't know anything about Wu-Tang. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Where's Don Lemon? Hold on. He was so mad in this clip. All right, here we go. This is Moulz to y'all.
Come on, man. Shut up. Shut up.
That's right. Shut up.
Yeah.
Where's the homie at the bodega?
Oh, P.O.?
That's his name, P.O. Yeah, where's the little homie?
P.O. Shut up, bro. He is the little homie. Where's Shut Up, Bro? Did I put it in the stables? No, it's here. Yeah, shout out to him. Although he's like, look, here you go.
Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up, my nigga. Shut up.
Can I just say before we move on, like Jesse shared some video like last night. It was like some mess going on in the Bronx, and it was extremely entertaining. Like this car was trying to evade the police, crashed into a bunch of other cars, and like got away. And I decided in that moment, I mean, I've always felt this way, but I'm like, I love New York culture, but I wouldn't survive there. I'd be eaten alive. They would eat me alive, but I respect the just rawness. That's why we say we know about you.
We know about you.
I ducked because I'm not built for it, but I appreciate it. There is a level of honesty.
But I'll say this to your credit, right?
Okay.
I was built for it, but I didn't have a choice in the matter. I just woke up one morning as a live human being and was like, oh, I guess I'm born. I guess I'm a boy, a child, and I live in New York, and these are my parents. And it's like, it wasn't Fallout. I didn't like craft the character ahead of time, you know?
Right.
So I didn't have a choice in the matter. So like, while I'm proud to be born and raised in New York, it's not like I picked it and like a preload screen that came up.
Moulz is a native New York. He's not one of them transplants, folks. You know, he didn't get tired of living in Podunksville and go to New York and start writing hipster articles. That didn't happen.
I was born in Manhattan.
You know,
the New York City.
So when he checks me, when he says I ducked and all that, I can only fight back but so much.
I didn't duck, you know? But here's the thing: I never had the option to duck.
Right.
It was not. It was what else am I? What do I know other than this?
Right. So, yeah. Listen,
but I've said it before. I don't duck.
But you have been ducking before. And
I've ducked. I've duckened, but I've not ducked.
You've duckened, but you have not ducked.
I've never ducked.
Okay. Well,
someone's going to kill me one day, and they're just like going to roll the footage over all these times where I say I never ducked.
Oh, man. You're going to end up like Lucky in Trespass. Like,
oh, man. Trespass, that's a season 4.
Yeah, it's season 4. Man, we're in season 6 now.
But hey, it's perfect because we're going to go back and think about the past with this next one.
Oh, well, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, track 4, really, it just, I wish I liked the beat more because I like the verses just fine. But
you don't like that?
We can move on. It's like, it's cool. It could go up, honestly. It's 6+ right now. It can go up.
You haven't accessed that chamber yet. It's possible. The thing about these chambers,
still locked.
Maybe you'll understand when more chambers you get to the fourth chamber.
It's like a video game, bro. Didn't Wu-Tang had a video game.
Well, I think, they did for PS1.
Yeah, Shaolin style.
So you think about like Resident Evil. Sometimes you go through a door and then there's a locked door, but you gotta go through
you
more
gotta
doors
go through the rest of the game and then you come back and it unlocks. That's what I was gonna say.
And then you have to go back and go unlock it, you know?
Right. This chamber is locked right now. And then
but that's fine. You got to find the key.
You got to get the key.
And the key will be found this season.
It has to be, you know. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it most likely will be found.
It would be a shame if it wasn't. Let's just say that.
Exactly. Let's say that. And with this track 4, unexpectedly, we went on an odyssey. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Track 4, this is going to be a classic track 4. Maybe the best track 4 review. I don't know. But we were done with track 4.
Where are track 4 heads at? I know a track 0. I know one track 3 head. My friend Billy. He's like, yo, track 3 is always got.
You told me about that track 3.
He was telling me like, wait, can you go on Food and Liquor? Is Kick Push track 3?
Let me see.
It's not track 3, is it?
Let me check. Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. No, it's track 4.
Dude, I remember he was so pissed because he's like, they fucked up. Like, why is Kick Push not track 3? Like, he was so mad, dude. He was like, he blew it. Like, that was his one chance, and now it's over. Like,
his one chance to get his track 3. Wow.
So I know my friend. Shout out to Billy Kincaid. He is a track 3. Like, that track 3 is crucial for him.
Wow.
And he feels like it's crucial to consumers.
I gotta say, I'm going through the rest of Lupe's catalog in my fight. It seems like, that was his last chance because none of his other track 3s stand out to me like that. I mean, Go Go Gadget Flow. Sorry. Yeah, it's just... Anyway, listen, shout out to track 3s. Shout out to my track foreheads.
Food and liquor stores. Every time I press play on that album, it's food and liquor stores.
Yeah. Oh, girl. Oh, man.
He said that needed to be cut out, and track 3 should have been Kick Push, and it's just nothing made sense from that point.
Oh, so it should have started with that. What is it like? Chili, we miss you, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess.
If I could open up these walls, or is that?
No, that's another. That's another.
That might be a different album. Is that the Cool? Yeah, I think
Chili,
that's the Cool.
Free
Chili.
Cool.
Yeah,
Free Chili.
That's the okay.
Right.
Anyway, we're not doing the Cool. We're doing the cow. To cow. To woo. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.